Welcome back to Finnegan's Garage. Thanks for hanging out, especially those of you that went to fsmgarage.com and bought the merch, because every dime you spend there, which is probably not the best decision you could be making, well, it really helps me make even worse decisions, like buying a drag boat and going drag boat racing. That's what we're doing this weekend. Check it out.
Little update for you guys. I haven't made a drag boat racing video in a while, but the truth is we've been racing. I've just been so focused on it that I haven't picked up a camera the whole time. And during that time, we have actually won 2 events. We came to the NGABA March race and won 2 out of the 3 classes we entered. Both of them heads up, which was fun. And then we went to Parker, Arizona, and we won there. And like I said, sadly, I was so focused on racing that I never picked up a camera the whole time. And it was awesome. And now we're back at Lake Ming. Today is qualifying day, but they're also running a bit of test and tune this morning, which is what we're in line for. And right now I'm gonna walk through the line and staging lanes, take a look at some of the hardware that's here to race, and then we'll go make a pass ourselves. That's a nice flatty, big block Chevy. Oh man, look at that plenum spacer. What is that? Big ass plenum spacer.
I tried 8.9, I tried 8.7, I tried 8.9.
Takes a rocket scientist and a Ouija board to get it to work.
Awesome boat. I always love to see old school flatties hooked to old school dualies. Look at that. It's like a time capsule. It could have come right out of 1990 right here. So cool. Oh, this is such a beautiful boat. This is called a Hydra. Rides on 3 points. It's got like a pickle fork in the front, kind of like mine, but then propeller, no jet drive. And it rides on those 2 front points, and then basically the propeller back here. Very cool. Morning.
What's up, Mike?
How we doing?
How you doing, bud?
Ready to go racing?
Sure. Why not?
Can I interview you?
No.
All right, well, it's too late. You're already there.
What class are we entering this weekend?
I'm not entering anything, Mike. I'm not racing.
No?
I'm hanging out.
Oh.
I usually help, you know, Mike Clark. So a little vacation.
Yeah, Mike
Yeah.
DeClark
Yeah.
had an unfortunate incident.
He did.
Self-inflicted, I hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, ran out of talent.
How do we feel about that? As a crew guy for Mike DeClark.
Very disappointed.
Yeah.
Very disappointed.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah.
Not setting a good example for
No,
the
not
community.
for others.
No.
Not for others.
No, but we're glad he's alive.
Yes, we are.
Do you think Gina will let him get back in a jet boat?
I don't think Gina has a say.
Oh.
I don't think Gina has a
That's a
say.
bold statement.
It is.
Okay,
But it's the truth.
Let me rephrase that. Gina allowing him to get back into a jet boat will cost him what? New benzo, addition on the house. What are we talking about here?
Let's see. A ring, a bigger ring.
Bigger ring?
Yeah.
Seems fair.
Yeah.
Life flight to an ER while your wife is at home freaking out. Yeah, ring, ring.
Yeah. Good times.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now we need to find him and get his side of the story. Is this a
if
Crusader?
You'd like to find Michael DeTost, we call him now.
Mike DeTost. Not,
Yeah.
That's almost better than Cupcake.
Yes. Mike would be on the other side of the trailer.
I'm going to look at this Crusader and then I want to go find Mike DeTost. Wow, this thing's beautiful. Man, look at all these boats lined up together. All right, I'm gonna go find Mike DeTost.
No.
That's not.
You don't want anybody
Mike
parked there?
DeTost, how we doing, brother?
Mike DeTost?
That's your new name, Cupcake?
That is actually hurtful. I don't even know if that's right.
That's better than Cupcake.
Yeah, well, I think I'd take Cupcake over to Toss right now. Especially the way my muscles feel.
You look sore.
I look sore.
I've been taking a poll amongst
Have
some
you
of the...
looked in the mirror how you look?
Oh, no one wants to see that.
No? Well,
But I've been taking an informal poll amongst the NJBA membership of what this latest wreck, which I believe is 4 for you, is going to cost you. What does Gina get now?
well, she's at the river right now using all the toys by herself. And of course she's telling me how does she get them started. So if it was up to her, I'd fly up there, get them all ready, and come back down here. But I will tell you, when I asked her to come pick me up from the hospital, she said, oh, no. Your dad's coming to get you. I'm done picking you up. And I went, oh, thanks, baby.
That's love right there.
That is love.
Because she knew you needed your dad in that moment.
You always she knew at that moment she was done putting up with my childish antics. She didn't call me Cupcake either.
Well, I'm sad. I'm happy to see you, but I'm sad because I thought there'd be another jet boat here. Because this, you're gonna have to rename the club here at some point.
I know, it's the National Flat Bottom Association.
Yeah.
At least you're gonna hold this down to make us look good today, right?
I'm gonna do my best.
You better.
I'm in line out there.
Where were you last race?
Sleeping, I think.
You were sleeping?
I'm pretty sure I was sleeping.
You're always sleepy.
I'm very sleepy.
You're sleepy on the tree.
No.
You're sleepy going through the lights.
That's my specialty.
That's your specialty, the tree?
Yeah, I'm either red or perfect. Ish.
Well, you know, today I'm going to be out there, so I'm going to ask you every time you get ready to go if you're perfect-ish.
Ish. Always ish.
So what you're going to do is you're going to go red every time today because I'm going to be harassing you.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Okay?
Yeah. Well, what I'm really here for is, it's not about you. When do we run? It's a long line, and
Don't you know it's all about me?
The water looks great.
It's Mike Clark, not Mike DeToss.
You know I have to edit you out of this every time you drop an F-bomb, right? It's just going to be your knee.
All right,
and no audio.
What words can we use and what words can't we?
Mother, father.
Mother, father.
Yeah.
Son of a buck.
Son of a buck. Yeah.
Son of a hitch.
No, for real. Are we going to run anytime soon?
Yes, we are. We're just waiting on an ambulance for that little kid that had a little issue out here with the...
yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're just waiting for the ambulance to get back, that's all.
Okay.
Just checking them out.
All right.
So do me a favor. Go up and down the things, politic for me, tell everybody we're almost ready.
Oh, I'll tell them you're a great, shining example of what to do in a boat. Every single one of them.
Oh, straight from the horse's mouth, Mike DeClark, president of the NGABA, and author of a new book, How Not to Drive a Jet Boat. He says we're going to be here in a little while. They're waiting for the ambulance to arrive so that we have safety here, and then we all get to go start testing soon, which is a lot of people.
Side check. The 999 entry, like Finnegan, Orange, California, 63270. Renegade Fuels, Abigail Cole Racing, Bob's Cheap Cars and VCRs. In beautiful downtown Bakersfield, RV Fun Center, Deja Vu.
Yo, I don't know how well you guys can hear me, but we just made our first test and tune pass, and guy got out of it early. Not because the boat was weird, it just, I don't know, I forgot which buoy to lift at, because this track is set up for 660, 1,000 foot, and quarter mile. And I don't know why I thought I was going further than I needed to, because we're not set up for quarter, and I lifted before 1,000 foot, so it ran like a 593 or something at only 125 because I was off the gas. That was test and tune. We're about to turn the boat around right now. We're gonna lower the wing on the front of the boat, put some fuel in it, vacuum out the water that's leaking into the boat, and then we're gonna go again.
Down one, right?
Down one hole, please.
9-second call. 660 and Super Eliminator. You need to be to the lane. 660 and Super Eliminator along with blown gas flat to the lane.
Yeah, it was on one, and then I couldn't figure out which buoy I was at, and I just lifted. So I went 125 out the back, but at like 590 something.
593, dude, which for this weather, nice moving.
It ran great. It sounded amazing. Like, it didn't unhook at all. Like, it was happy.
Hey, fuel factory, baby.
Fuel factory, there we go.
Filled up?
Fueled up.
Yes, sir. What's that?
Engine vacuum? Miller wanted to know if we had it because we had the intake manifold off. Do you want to make sure?
Yeah, I'll look right now.
Cool.
Pretty good, no unloads. I mean, it just straight up. Keel vac's good, inlet's good.
What do we turn for RPM?
7120.
That's not bad.
7113. Yeah, no, everything looks good.
Nice. All right.
Cool.
Let's go. And with the speed of a NASCAR pit crew, backed into the pit, 3 minutes later, we're leaving. We're gonna go. Round one of the 660 8th mile shootout class happens right now. We're qualifying.
Finnegan, 374, 120.17 mile per hour.
374.
Napa lane, right-hand lane.
Wow.
Scrapper.
Amazing. I think that's our best run yet. Woo! We're on a roll, people.
Yeah, this is good. This is easy.
Yes. Okay, so as usual, things are going about how they always go. Just went out for our first qualifying pass, and in the middle of the run, the engine laid over like bad. And I drove it to the ramp, it was making a noise, and now we're just taking apart to find out what's going on. We looked at the jet drive, that seems fine. Now we're gonna take the valve covers off the motor. And there's our problem. Bad.
Push the adjuster nut out of the rocker.
It is. Flat out push the adjuster out of the rocker arm. But I think we have a spare, so that's not the end of the world. We'll just get the aluminum shavings out of the motor and
Make sure we didn't
eat the push
mess up
rod.
the push rod.
Yeah, that could have beat up the push rod. I did drive it all the way into the ramp with that not in the rocker arm. We might have spares for that too, though.
I think so.
Let me go look.
Well, the good thing is the end of it still looks good in here.
Yeah, I'm just hoping because like the push rod is loose a little bit, so maybe we're all right.
Yeah. Didn't look like it binded it up or anything.
All right, we have a spare. Perfect. All right. So
We'll pull that, and we'll look at the push rod tip.
Cool. All right.
Let's do it.
That should be, those are 3/8.
That's 8 millimeter.
Yes, 12 point.
Yeah. Rocker adjuster blowing out.
Yeah.
That's an easy thing.
That could have been a lot worse.
Torching the head sucks.
Make the 660.
Tip looks good. Yeah, take a look at that.
Not a thread left in there.
It looks great.
There's the push rod looks good.
Looks fine. Push rod looks dialed.
Just the tip? Not even the tip. All right.
Just the
You get to stay push rod.
See any shavings down in there, Michelle? Got a flashlight?
You just need a flashlight.
Yeah, make sure to beat your jump up. We should run the valve, Joe.
I ran him.
We will.
I ran him yesterday, and everything was pretty good.
So Shell got it.
Shell's got her dialed.
Or Shell broke it, we're not sure. Notice he jumped right in to help. It's a sign of guilt.
Actually, I don't think we made any adjustments on this side yesterday. This is a side Mike put back together.
Nothing on this side. That side did 2 adjustments.
Yeah.
When I was driving in the ramp, I like it. That oil pan. Yeah. That's what it sounded like. Because it's just like, bah, 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 bah. Yeah, it was down a hole and it was like bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, no.
You want to get the bump switch?
What?
To bump it over? Switch?
Oh, yeah, we
It's in the second trail.
It looks like it's up, Shell.
I got a rolled motor over.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike's in the bump switch right now.
Just use the starter.
What's better? Did you lose
There's a
it?
little bit of water in there still.
Yeah.
It might just be leftover though.
Let's do it.
A little condensation?
Yeah, a little condensation.
A little residual.
How's that look down there?
Copacetic.
Dude, these push rods are kind of bomb proof.
Yeah. 145 wall, 1/2 inch.
Mentone.
Let's see here. Exhaust.
Oh,
Okay, so that's why that one broke.
that whole thing's loose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wait, that push
that push rod's off.
That push rod's out
Yeah,
too.
that push rod came out too. I wonder if that one's bent.
Fire the engine
It was
motor.
loose on the mount.
Let's hope they just need to be tightened and not helix oiled.
I was like, oh, I'll just.
Miller.
You see the things you find with a flashlight?
What is that
Is the
whole...
stand okay?
Well, the stands are
break the stand?
tool steel, so they're probably
Yeah.
fine unless they're broken.
Yeah, I've never seen a stand break.
Oh, I've broken many stands.
You've broken stands? Like where they're welded together or the stand?
So the one that breaks is always the offset rocker. It's this one. On number 1 or number 8. Or in this case, number 5. Or Miller forgot to tighten something.
Oh,
So I'm going.
it's loose.
That's really loose.
That's where your water's coming from too, because that goes right in the water. torque wrench, Mike?
We got one in there.
We have one?
I think so.
Yeah, I know. I wonder what that looks like right now.
It's alright.
Oh, it doesn't look that bad in here,
not much
so
worse than
I think it'd be okay.
Because there's 2 bolts in it.
There's that one and then the Allen.
Yeah, those
Or the
that Allen
I have
was
these
loose.
torques.
I'm sure somebody has
Or torch or whatever it is.
You want a T45 torque?
It's like we already know what parts it is. So what happened is it didn't work right on the exhaust, and then it kicked the intake.
Yeah, the rocker stands for number 5 were loose. And
Threads look okay.
Looks like there's no threads on it, so that's a good sign.
number
Those
5
sides look alright.
intake rocker.
Wait up. What else? It actually looks okay.
Yeah, it just looked like it just came loose.
Alright, cool. What about that push rod? Is that one nice?
This rocker arm actually still looks good. I think they're
Oh,
okay.
dude, we're not breaking these push rods. Trust me.
No, but this rocker arm still
That looks good.
I mean, it hit it, but it didn't hit the cup. Well, the cup's a little.
We should have a spare of that one.
We're all right. Yeah, we'll have a straight spare. Actually, it's not that bad.
Yeah. Considering what could have happened, right?
I don't think we have a T45 torque.
I got one.
Oh, sweet. That makes sense that you have one. You've eaten this sandwich before.
Of course.
I've never met this Logan Smith guy, but he makes nice tools.
Sorry.
Good.
It's the piston there.
It goes down farther than you think it should sometimes.
What's that?
It goes down farther than you think it should sometimes.
Well, yeah, it makes you guess. Like, oh, is it on the right hole?
Did I get in the right hole? Yeah.
Yes.
Valve not bent. Okay, cool. Now we put it back together and continue qualifying.
Shell, before you get too crazy with that, you should put
Little dope on the threads.
dope on there so the water doesn't go through.
Is it the big one or is the small
The
one?
big one. The big one goes in the port.
We might want to check the other ones.
Yeah, good
The
check.
tightness and all, the whole stand.
Every one of them. My boy could have been in a hurry. This is the head that was off the motor 3 days ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we're out of spares now.
Do you have a torque wrench?
We can use
thought
this
we
torque
did.
wrench
No.
for
Okay, I'll get a torque wrench.
3 of them. We can't use a torque wrench for the one that's in my hand.
Yeah, let me get a torque wrench.
Just thankful the rods are still in this thing. Like, that's what I thought driving in. I'm like, oh, there we go. We're gonna have a dent in the oil pan. That's what that sounds like to me.
Tink.
Valve cover, rocker arm stuff. What did I do?
I was driving.
I was hiding in the back of the boat the whole time with a wrench going back there. Tink. Oh.
Well, now you know how good my butt dyno isn't, because I was driving going, we're on one, yeah! And then it went, whoa!
Yep.
Turns out the whole time I was driving, the engine RPM was going down. Like, we were not on one. Did we beat Ken?
That's a cool part
Find
about
out.
that wrench.
We beat Ken into the track.
pretty wicked. Yeah.
I don't know.
You can use it for
He
all
went
the
5
other
something. We went 611.
We still ran a 611?
Yeah.
On 7.5 cylinders.
Are you got a torque wrench for that?
Well, I got a torque wrench for everything but this.
You got a torque wrench. It makes sense that you have everything we need to fix this because you're the one that told the two, you're the ones that diagnosed the water leak that you also had. So it's the same spot I had mine.
Yes, in case you people don't know, this is Josh Patridge. He's the one that helped us find our original water leak.
Yeah, you sent the video of your water leak to Shell.
Yes.
Shell showed me.
He laid it right up there next to the head, and it looked like it was a video of our head. It was that bad.
So hey, I've seen this before.
It was crazy.
How you doing?
Good, good. How you doing, Finnegan?
Having fun, sir. I'm here breaking parts.
Oh, no.
We got spares. It's gonna be all right.
All right, right on, man.
This is a T&D offset rocker. We have Dart Big Chief heads, and it's a spread port style head, which means it requires a left intake, a right intake, and then a straight exhaust rocker. This is number 5 intake, and what happened was, this is the adjuster for the push rod. It punched it completely out. Like, there's no threads in that anymore. It just blew it right out of that. I've never had this happen before. And you know, it's not a T&D issue, gotta be honest. I've run their stuff a bunch. I have T&Ds in the Sunny Letter motor on Game Over. They work great. This was something else going on with my motor yesterday, not the T&D deal, but that's what happened. But luckily we had a spare. And then yeah, there's the other intake, which is offset to the other direction. We had one left, one right, and one exhaust spare, and we had burned up the one intake rocker and one exhaust rocker. This is a used one in there now, because we changed it because it got dinged up when this thing broke. So anyway, if that's all we have problems with, and I think it is, I'll be happy now.
Heck of a day. Broke a rocker arm, found a loose rocker stand. Thought we might have bent a valve, but it doesn't look like we did, so put all that back together, getting ready to head to the lanes, and I don't know, we missed a few rounds of qualifying, but whatever it is, doesn't matter. I'm just glad the rods are in the motor.
The race motor, Bammer, the compact cell. Taking out a motor, farm down racing, might go at engine.
It is now beer 30 because the wind is kicked up, the water has gone to hell.
And there's not gonna be more qualifying today. It's Sunday morning, and let's recap yesterday because we had a hell of a day at qualifying. First hit went pretty good. In fact, it went really good. The boat went A to B, hooked up all the way down the track. I misjudged which buoy I was supposed to lift at because I was trying to go 1,000 foot, but the boat was running so good that I was like, never driven this boat a full quarter mile. Maybe I should do that. And then I went, you're an idiot. There's no reason to do that. You're not racing any quarter mile classes. And by the time I made that decision to not go a quarter, I looked up, couldn't figure out which buoy I was at, and I lifted early. And so we ran a 590 at like 125 in the 1,000 foot. Then we went out for round 2 of qualifying and broke a rocker arm. And it was more than that. The rocker arm broke, number 5 intake. That broke because the number 5 exhaust rocker stand was completely loose and it had moved around, and that push rod came off. And I think because the exhaust valve wasn't opening, I could be wrong about this, but I think because the exhaust valve wasn't opening, there was a lot of pressure in the cylinder on the intake, and it punched the push rod and the adjuster right through the rocker on number 5 intake. It was wild. But luckily, Joe LeCamp had spares in the trailer, and so we changed the exhaust in the intake. We made sure the intake valve wasn't bent, And then we went out thinking everything's gonna be good, no worries. And it was. The motor ran great the next pass. Problem was the wind came up, qualifying got cut short. And so because of the rocker arm incident, we missed our qualifying passes in 2 classes. So we're slow boat in both those classes, which is the 6-second bracket and the 660 shootout. We get to race today, but we're racing the best people in both those classes. So yeah, we got that going for us.
Got this.
Yeah, we got that going for us, which is nice. And like I said, the lake looks great. The ducks are out. No problem. So right now we're gonna go check the boat, put a CO2 bottle in it, go to the driver's meeting, get suited up, and start racing.
How are you feeling this morning, Mike?
I feel
First round, 660. We got a giant we got to take down. That guy right there.
Yeah, we got to race a hydro heads up for 1/8 of a mile, and he qualified with like a 380 or something, and we qualified with I think a 413. Like it's a tall order. I'm hoping he's sleepy on the tree.
You got this.
Hoping I get my gear on.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Side chick looking good this morning. For your first round of 6-0 here?
Yeah, buddy. We don't have a tune-up, and the water's way better than I thought it was going to be. It might break out.
All right, go get him, bud.
Got this.
And our competition for the first round. Good luck out there.
You too.
This thing just like won't run the number.
A bucket.
It's just like
it's just a bucket.
The bucket.
Yeah. Bucket of bowl.
It needs a, you know, it's like every little kid. It needs a bottle to get through the day.
That's right.
Have fun, Cam. Be safe.
Thanks, Joe.
Hey, watch your leg on that step, dude.
Yeah, thank you. I got you. Thank you, bro. Watch your leg, plan.
Morning, fellas.
Morning.
How we doing today?
All right. How about yourself?
Man, I get to drive. I'm having a good day. Weekend. We are out in 2 of the 3 classes we entered. Our last hope for a W is a class called Unblown Fuel Jet that is heads up, 1,000 feet. We're headed to the final right now, and the wind is picking up, and unfortunately it's a headwind, so a little sketchy. Guy we're racing is another jet boat. The headwind doesn't really bother him. His boat is heavier than mine, and it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Motor seems to be healthy from yesterday's little mishap with the rocker arms, so I feel good. I feel like we got a shot here. How are we gonna do?
We're gonna go put Ken on the trailer.
like it.
Yes.
I like it. I'm gonna put Ken on the trailer.
Dude, we got to put someone on the trailer this weekend. We haven't put anybody on the trailer. Someone's got to go down.
Yeah, that's a good point. The hydros have killed us all weekend.
Yeah. We finally get to race a jet boat this weekend. That's the first.
Yeah.
We got nothing jet boat life.
Jet boat life.
NJBA, National Jet Boat Association. We raced nothing but hydros all weekend.
Yeah. Turns out those guys are fast too.
And your runner-up, Mr. Mike Finnegan and side chick.
All right. Well, that did not go how I thought it was going to go. Got our butts kicked. Entered 3 classes, lost in round 1 of all 3. And let's break that down. Let's look at what happened here. I'm looking at my time slip from round 1. This is the heads up 660 class. I cut a killer light, 0.013 green, which means I broke the beams about 1/100th of a second after the tree went green. Really good. Problem was, the guy in the hydro in the other lane runs a 384 at 116 miles an hour. He also cut a 0.04 light. So, Kurt Powers, nice work. Although I ran an 013 reaction time, I went a 411. Basically, he kicked my butt by over 0.2 of a second. Not totally unexpected. He qualified better than I did. He's got an engine with a supercharger. I do not, so he's making more power. He's faster. Round 2. Actually, not round 2. Still round 1, but the second class. This is the bracket race class. 1,000 foot. Who can get there in exactly 6 seconds without going under? Now, my boat, even though it's naturally aspirated, is capable of going to 1,000 feet much quicker than 6 seconds. We have to slow it down. Well, because the rocker arm broke during qualifying, we didn't have a tune-up to run it exactly 6 seconds, or even close to it. We were racing conditions. I've never raced that boat before. It was like 94 degrees. The density altitude was way up there. The boat was slower than it normally is, but still too quick for the 6 second bracket. The other problem is I raced a kid who, in the staging lanes, told me, the Teflon strips are wore out on my blower. It won't run the number. I got nothing for you. And I thought, all right, let's not lean on my boat too hard. And let's not break out and run a 599 and lose the race. But also what was in my head was I just went 0.01 green the round before, and I didn't want to red light and throw the race away, because the last time I raced this kid, I red lit and threw the race away. And so I laid off the tree a little bit, cut a 0.2 light, which is not good. And then I was ahead of him, and I just started peeling out of the throttle because I was ahead of him. And you know, I didn't trust the tune in the boat to run exactly 6 seconds. I thought we were going to break out. So not only was I late leaving the line, but I hole shot the kid, get ahead of him, look over, don't see him, start peeling out the throttle, and all of a sudden he goes by me at 148 miles an hour. Just trucking. And he runs a 607 at 1,000 feet. He cuts a great light, an okay light, 0.14. But I cut a 0.22 light and was peeling out of the throttle, and I only ran a 614. So he beat me on both ends of that race. So we've lost our second class now. On to the third one, which is a class called Unblown Fuel Jet. It's another 1,000-foot class, but it's heads up, which I love. I much prefer heads up racing to bracket racing, and you just saw why. You know, trying to slow down to win is not as fun for me as just trying to get every last ounce of performance out of this naturally aspirated jet boat as we can. So anyway, Unblown Fuel Jet final. It's me and Ken Petrovich. They are a really, really well-oiled machine, and they are capable of running bracket classes and heads up. What I had heard that weekend was they were focused on the bracket race, which is the 6 second class that I had lost in, right? What I didn't know was that they were going to uncork this thing with a bottle of nitrous and run it A to B on the bottle and just kick my butt. So here's the tail of the tape on that one. I cut a 0.08 light, which is great, except Ken cut a .012 light. And again, my boat is so damn light that even though it's naturally aspirated and he's on the nitrous, I actually hole shot him. I'm ahead of him. And I'm looking over and I'm like, we're doing all right. But then again, boom, blew my doors off. He went by me at 137 miles an hour. He ran a 588 and 1,000 feet. I ran a 593. I only went 131 miles an hour. He went 137 miles an hour. He cleaned my clock. So there's our third loss for the day. Now, what you got to keep in mind is the race event we went to before that, we won. The one before that, we won 2 or 3 classes. Like, we've been on a pretty good winning streak, which none of you have seen because we didn't film any of it. And yeah, we just got crushed. And I'm at a weird place with this boat now, and I'll tell you why. It's a naturally aspirated boat. There's only so much we're going to be able to do with it. And it's impressive. It impresses the hell out of me as quick as it is. You know, it's too fast for this 1,000-foot 6-second bracket class, without a blower, without a turbo, without nitrous. I think that's cool. But my heart is not in bracket racing. I enjoy it, but that's really not what I want to do. Well, in the heads-up classes, I'm racing against guys with turbos and nitrous and superchargers. And we've done all right at that, but everybody's gotten much, much faster than we are. And so I don't quite know what to do here. There's no more performance to be gotten out of that 632 big block Chevy right now. We can't put more cam in it. It's already got 15-to-1 compression. You know, there's really nothing left to do. This boat's going to run what it's going to run, which is a low 4-second pass in the 8th, sometimes a high 3. It's going to go 589 to 590 in 1,000 foot, and that's it. And so if I want to keep racing, if I want to be competitive, we have to make some hard decisions about, do we want to tear this motor apart, take some compression out of it, put a stronger piston and rod in it, and stick nitrous in the boat? We still have the motor at a game over, you know, 711 cubic inches. Right now it's 10-to-1 compression set up for turbos. I don't want to run turbos in side chick. I'm just not interested in the complexity and the chaos that brings. But that motor, in, you know, the one that came out of game over, if you put compression in it and some cam and a little bit bigger piston, that motor, I'm told, can make 1,700 NA horsepower, which is plenty to naturally aspirated push this boat into, you know, mid 3-second territory and make it competitive. So yeah, those are kind of my 2 options right now. Either sink a bunch of time and money into rebuilding the motor in side chick for nitrous and adding a nitrous system to the boat, or rebuilding the motor that came out of game over and putting a bunch of compression into that thing and making a bunch of NA horsepower. I don't know what we're gonna do, but it's summertime. There's no drag boat racing happening, so we've got months to go before we can even think about, you know, really competitively racing the boat. So for now, back to Blasphemy, back to the Cadillac, and back to more fun here on Finnegan's Garage. Thanks for hanging out. Oh yeah, if you like this shirt, it's not out yet, but it's coming. Check it out. I love this shirt. This shirt's great. Anyway, I'll let you know when we have it. We don't have it out yet now. This is like a sample. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.